Okay, I may have 3 videos planned out for tonight, or for the morning. This is about the Central Florida tornado outbreak of February 22nd and February 23rd of '98. As you can tell by the map right here in this video, in the first video I'm about to show you, it's showing where the tornado actually touched down at in Central Florida. Orlando was just in between 2 tornadoes, which luckily the one down at the bottom, the one down at the bottom, not too far from Conway, they basically both of these tornadoes missed the amusement park down there. Basically, but apparently where this happened, it happened down near the Kissimmee area. They said one actually hit Canaveral at the time too. Somebody said it hit Cape Canaveral too, somewhere. I'm not sure. I got this video and 2 other ones planned out, so let's go ahead and get it going.
In 1998 were particularly strong due to an abnormally strong jet stream with warm, humid air out ahead of the cold front. We were in an El Nino phase. During the evening of February 22nd, the radar data indicated...
Look at that. That is the type of storm you do not want to mess with. That is the type of storm, it actually closed in on the I-75 and I-95 corridors along the I-4 corridor too. Which they said the I-4 corridor got hit the hardest instead of the 95 and 75 corridor.
that several long-lived supercell thunderstorms were developing over the eastern Gulf of Mexico. These supercells eventually produced 7 tornadoes in about a 3-hour period. The first tornado, F2, touched down in Volusia County just before 11 p.m. It traveled 8 miles and destroyed...
I really hope nobody was in the RV at the time.
The second tornado started in Lake County, intensifying, bringing the worst destruction in Winter Garden and Ocoee. It traveled 18 miles, and it was an F3 with winds of about 200 miles per hour. 3 people died, and over 500 structures were damaged. Just after midnight, the third tornado touched down in Seminole County. It also became the second F3 tornado that evening. It traveled northeast for 14 miles and struck neighborhoods southeast of Sanford. 13 people died. Tornado number 4 touched down just around 12:40 a.m. in Osceola County, just southwest of Kissimmee, and moved northeast for 38 miles, dissipating in eastern Orange County at around 1:28 in the morning.
So basically the one that hit Osceola County was a long track tornado. That's what meteorologists would call a long track tornado. Like if you look at basically if you look at the April 27th 2011, if you look at the super outbreak of 2011 and you see about the one that hit Tuscaloosa, Alabama, that one was a long track tornado, which is not that common in the United States. Well, it is, but you just don't hear about it as much anymore as you used to.
Down about 8 miles southeast of the attractions area, and it came only 4 miles to the southeast of OIA. The F3 tornado left 25 people dead, hundreds injured, and over 1,000 structures destroyed. The 5th, 6th, and 7th tornado were either F2 or F1, either touching down in Volusia or Brevard County. These last 3 tornadoes did not leave fatalities or injuries, but hundreds of structures were damaged. The February 1998 tornado outbreak is the deadliest in Florida's history. 42 people died and more than 260 were injured.
And And they said too, with that storm, that was a storm that you did not want to be out on the road driving through that time. This was one that I seen. This is actually from a store. Either it was a Winn-Dixie or a Food Lion at the time. I actually don't know what kind of store it was. I mean, after all those people run to the back, you can actually see the tornado hitting the store right there. The wind from the tornado blew in all the windows right there. Winn-Dixie. Yep. I mean, and yeah, that storm was so deadly it killed like 42 people that night. From February 22nd into the 23rd, um, it killed like 42 people and injured thousands more, um, which I wasn't even born yet around that. Oh, I was born in '98, but not around the time that the tornado hit Florida. Um, but anyway, last but not least, this one right here. Um, this is from a person by the name of Stephen Sponsler, or however you pronounce his last name. Um, he was actually in Canaveral at the time when the outbreak was happening. And as you can tell on the little computer or TV screen that he's watching right now, that was the storm moving through Florida at the time. Look at this tornado storm. Yep, post midnight. Mm-hmm. 42 people have lost their lives in this storm right there. That's the storm that was moving through Florida at the time. I mean, you can actually see the towers going up right there. They said that storm was so deadly you did not want to be on the road at night because it had blinding rain, hail that could damage windows. Look, look, you can't see it, but I live in Bradford County, which is basically not too far from Alachua County nor Duval County. We're in between Clay and Alachua County. All right, and Union County. Yeah, so luckily the only thing that they got here at the time in '98 was just rain and wind. That's the only thing they got, and then the storm turned tornadic.
Here, these storms have already produced large hail up to ping pong size in goldenrod, and it looks like headed for Yeehaw Junction. The storm will affect residential areas along State Route 60 and US 441 in South Osceola County. So just want to pass that along to you right off of that tornado warning in effect. I'm joined now by the phone by Craig Fugate, and he is with the Florida Division of
February 23rd, 2:13 a.m. Right there. This is post midnight. You can actually see the storm, how bad it was. Yeah, they were telling people to stay off the road, even if it was something that you had to do. You did not want to be on the road. at that time. I mean, look, you can actually see a little cone-shaped cloud right there. It's what they call a scud. It's not an actual rotating cloud, even though it looks like it's rotating, but it's not. And let me tell you something. And let me tell you something too, you guys. With that, with all that cloud covering and all that rain that's right there, the reason why they call it rain-wrapped tornado is because it's a tornado wrapped in rain. You cannot see the rain. You cannot see the tornado until you hit that rain curtain, and it's unfortunately too late. I mean, you can tell that storm had a good structure to it, and you can hear the hail hitting this guy's car right now. And a little bit of rain mixed in with it. And that's where the video ends right there. So yeah, right there, Central Florida tornado outbreak, the deadliest tornado outbreak in Florida and Floridian history. Which, if any of you lived in Florida around that time that it actually happened, this may bring back memories to some of y'all if y'all actually did live through that outbreak. Um, I can't imagine anything happening. Well, an outbreak like that happening in Florida ever again. I mean, that was the 20th century right there. This is the 21st century that I'm doing this video in. 1998 was the 20th century. Um, yeah. And my brother, he was actually asking me, could something like that actually happen in this century like it did back in 98? I'm like, I don't know. It happened in Georgia. If you look at the Albany, Georgia tornado of January 21st to 22nd of 2017, it happened up there. Which that's a part of Dixie Alley, which is where I was actually born. I was actually born in Dixie Alley, but the part where I lived at in Dixie Alley, we didn't see that many tornadoes. Basically, if a tornado was actually located, it just usually stayed up in the air where I used to live. Damn thing never touched down. But anyway, yeah, but ask yourself this question. Could it actually happen again either in the mid 21st century or the late 20th or into the early 22nd century? I don't know. Anyway, yeah. Well, I'm going to get out of here. Don't forget to hit that like button, hit that